Today I'll be starting on my kombucha journey, and the first thing that I need to do is make what's called a Scoby, and that's what I'm going to be starting today, and I'll take you on that process or that journey along with me. But let me first start by letting you know what kombucha is. Kombucha is a probiotic drink that's fermented, and it's packed full of probiotics. It's really, really great for you. It has all kinds of health benefits. It gives you healthy bacteria, which helps to for you to have a good gut. It alkalizes the body. It detoxifies the liver. It increases your metabolism, improves your digestion. It helps prevent cancer, alleviates constipation. It boosts energy. It's good for your blood pressure, headaches, migraines, kidney stones. It's just an overall really, really good good drink to use in your health, your everyday healthy life. And it's dated back for hundreds of years. They say that it first started in China. Some people say Russia, but the information I found said China. So the first thing I have to do in order to make kombucha is to have a Scoby. And a Scoby is basically what turns the drink into a probiotic drink. And the word Scoby is just an acronym, and it stands for Symbiotic Colony of Bacteria and Yeast. And what it does is it will take the tea, because kombucha is a tea-based fermented drink, and it will take the tea and convert it into good bacteria and yeast, and it gives yourself a healthy digestive system and a healthy gut. So the first thing I need to do is make my Scoby, or either I can't make kombucha. So I did a lot of research, and I found out that you can either order one online, you can get someone to give you one, or you can create one yourself. So of course I chose to create one myself. And what you need is you need some filtered water, you need tea, and here are my tea bags. You need some organic raw kombucha, and it needs to be unflavored, nothing in it, just raw kombucha. And you need sugar, and of course I'm using regular white sugar, which I would never do. I would always use organic. But I read that when you're starting to try to create a Scoby, that Scobies thrive better on white sugar. So if you're going to start one off, that you really need to use white sugar, and once you get it growing, then you can convert back over to your organic sugar. And I really wasn't sure which way to go with this, but I did decide to go ahead with the white sugar, and I will convert it over to the organic raw cane sugar after I get it going really well. So let's begin. The first thing I did is I'm actually going to, if you can see 2 jars here, I'm going to create 2. Because I'm scared that something may happen to one of them and it may not turn out quite right. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 2 of them. I'm going to need about 2 cups of tea. Really strong tea in each one of those. So what I did is I put 5 cups of water, distilled filtered water, and I have it boiling. And I'm going to go ahead and add my tea bags. And I am using black tea, and I'm using green tea, just because I prefer organic green tea. But they also recommend that you start, when you first start, that you start it off on the black tea. So I do have a little black tea in there with it's about not quite half and half, probably 60 green tea, 30 black tea. And it's organic, of course. What I'm going to do is, I've had this water boiling just for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off and just let it sit. Make sure my tea bags are down in there good. All right. And it's going to need to cool to room temperature before I can actually use it. But I have 5 cups of water in here because I want 4 cups of tea, but I figured some's going to evaporate, so I went ahead and did 5 so that I would be on the safe side. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of sugar for every cup. So I'm going to need 5 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And normally I use honey for just about everything, some local honey, but honey is not recommended for kombucha because something in the honey interacts with the Scoby, so it's just not recommended that you use honey. But I may play around with that a little later once I get everything going. So I have the tea turned off. I have my sugar in there. It's going to dissolve, and I'm going to let it cool down. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to need to take my 2 jars, and I'm going to need to actually put 1 cup of the raw organic kombucha in there. And what this does is it's actually a starter, and it starts the Scoby growing. Because this is a it's filled with live bacteria, enzymes, probiotics, and it's a living thing. So I'm going to put 1 cup each in there. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out. If you notice, it's a nice fizzy drink. The fermentation gives it the fizz. So there's 1 cup. I'm going to go ahead and just put those in each one. And you can put more than 1 cup. So what I figured I'm going to do is just go ahead and use this bottle, because I don't care for the taste of plain kombucha. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the entire bottle with this. So you can see it comes out a little over 2.5 cups. So I'm just going to kind of pour that in there. Alright, so at this point, we're kind of at a standstill. And I'm going to save this glass bottle because this makes a wonderful carrier for your drinks. You really need to stay away from plastic because chemicals in the plastic leach into your drink as it sits. So you really need to try to stay away from plastic. So this will make a nice bottle for me to put the kombucha in whenever I finally make some. So. Alright, so now it's just waiting. I'm going to have to wait for it to cool down. Everything else is ready. I have my coffee filters here. What I'll do is after I put my 2 cups of tea in each one, I will actually cover it, and then I will secure it with a rubber band, and it will need to breathe. So that's why I'll use the filters. And then it'll need to sit for up to 4 weeks. And then I'll just keep monitoring it to see when the Scoby starts growing. And I'll keep you informed on this journey and take you along with me so you can see how this is done, just in case you would like to do this yourself. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will keep you updated. Thanks.